On today's video, I'm cruising down some old country road. This is called Straight Creek Road. It's north of Bend, Oregon by like almost an hour. I don't even know exactly where I'm at, but I found this cool river. Okay, and I'm heading down this river, and I had my gold sluice with me. I thought I'd throw it in the river today and make a short little video of me digging through some rocks. I got my sluice set up here. So you can see my sluice is all set up. Somebody built like all this, they made like an artificial dam here just for the purpose of having a sluice here. And I thought, why not? So then I got my shovel and I got my classifier and my gold pan. So I'm just digging out, you know, a couple shovels. There's a couple spots where somebody like creviced in between some of these rocks. So I thought I may as well just keep going where somebody else left off, and hopefully it kind of pays off. See, so far I did about 5 big heavy pans, and I'm gonna clean it out like every 10 pans or something like that and just see if I'm in a good spot, and then I can move around and not waste a ton of time in one spot. At least that's how I'm doing it. That's how other people do it. So just do a few test runs here and there and see which ones have a couple flakes in it. Hopefully a big fat nugget. Just north of Santiam Junction, you're going to be just north of the Little Nash Crater, and this is like a lava flow bed. Okay, this goes on for miles, like way across the road here. It's virtually the Badlands. If you like look far away, this goes on for like I think miles, but it's just super jagged rocks. There's no way you could ride across it, and it's like that all over where I'm at here too. Like there is like, it goes up and down like probably 20-30 feet here and there, and it's not very easy to walk on if you're trying to make like a beeline somewhere. This is just like, I don't know, geez, and then it just goes straight up over here like probably a good 40 feet. So I'm not gonna walk all this, but I just thought this was like kind of just a cool little stop if you're into like kind of like grappling through very large boulders of like old, I don't know, old dried magma or whatever this is. I don't even know. But yeah, it's not easy to, it's not too easy to walk across. There's a couple of little paths here and there. So it's kind of easy here and there, but sometimes it goes from a level 1 walking path straight into a level 5. Look at this gnarly tree. Where else do you see a big dead tree like that? This one looks just like a telephone pole, really. Some of these trees are pretty big. So yeah, I don't know. Just a cool place to stop. I just wanted to check out that big Nash Crater. It's just north of Crater Lake, but this one looks much smaller. And it doesn't have a lake in it. It's just I think it's just a big hole in the ground, really. But I just wanted to check that out and see what else there is to see while I'm crawling around on this very jagged rock. Yeah, I don't know. This has got to be some kind of Badlands, that's for sure, because it goes like, it is super jagged. There's no way you'd ride across this. But okay, I'm gonna keep heading down the road. All right, now I'm at the Little Nash Crater. This is right off of 20. It looks like a big mining claim or something, but this is like plenty of room. If you can make it up like a 20 or 30% grade to get up this pretty hard packed hill to get up here, dude, this is like a huge area where people have definitely camped. Actually, someone's setting up camp right in the background there. This Toyota Tacoma. This view. This is like looking down. If you had a dirt bike, you could absolutely rip up here. This probably comes up almost 200 feet, but it's really gradual. And then you got a good view of Mount Washington out here. Check out how big that is. That thing is just covered in snow. Long story short, if you can make it up to the top of Nash Crater, this is an amazing view, and you have very good cell phone coverage too. This little crater. Something else you're going to see when you're riding down these lonely mountain roads here are these big spires, or just these rocky tops. I don't even know what these are, but these are just really I don't know if they get any rockier than that. I don't know if my phone's gonna focus. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. Some of these mountains, they're about as rocky as they get. And what else is going on? Oh, I keep smelling these roses. Hey, let me get off my bike here. Dude, I just passed like a whole field. You know, they're like, I don't know. Too bad you can't smell this, but it is like, smells so sweet up here. I'm like right on the edge of a mountain. I just went over the summit right there. So I'm heading downhill for, gosh, I don't even know how far. As soon as I get over the summit, I will like turn my ignition off and throw it in neutral and just coast. And then when I need to start it, I don't even start my bike. I just turn the ignition on, put it in second gear, and pull over into the dirt when I'm doing like 15, 20 miles an hour. And just pop start that thing and save a little bit on my starter. Because on the newer Kawasaki's, there is no Kickstarter for backups. Anyways, I'm going to keep riding down the road. Also, when you're taking mountain roads, you're going to see some great views way out in the vista. This just drops straight off. I'm just on some mountain road here. And what I'm looking at out here is Detroit Lake. This is kind of up by Salem. This is right off 22. And you can see way out in Detroit Lake, this isn't a huge lake, but it's pretty deep. And there's lots of people boating out there. That's kind of cool. See a bunch of little tiny. All right, great little lookout. There's like campfire stuff. People are camping here, so it's kind of a cool spot. It's just a pull off on the side of the road. Just big enough for about a small camper. I don't know, maybe a few bikes, if that. It's about 1.5 parking spots. But anyways, yeah, Detroit Lake. Does it get any better than that? That's cool. All right, I'll get back to riding. And another thing you're gonna see when you're out in Oregon are these little, I don't know if this is a shroot. I think this is the ones that can't see. But he's like digging his hole. Yeah, I don't think he can see very well. But I thought that was pretty cool. I wasn't sure. This thing's only like 4 inches long, so it's pretty tiny. But I don't know what he actually is, but I thought it was pretty cool. I've never seen one before. He's got some big, look how big his nails are. Seems like he's looking for food or something. But I thought that was pretty neat. You don't see these every day. But he is going to town. Boy, oh, nature sure is neat. All right, here I am on yet another dam. I took a wrong turn. I was on road 1155, like a never-ending road, and I thought it took me somewhere else, but it took me to Detroit, which was quite unexpected, but yet pleasant. This is Detroit's dam in Detroit, Oregon, and there's people fishing here. There's a guy picking up like a bucket full of, I don't even know what he was doing. Anyways, I'm just up here on this dam, and I just wanted to show you the full tour. Kind of on the side of this thing, drops off, I'd say at least 200 feet. And here's another spillway, just like my last video. And all of these are pretty much all the same. They just have a big spillway, big powerhouse, and they send the power down the lines. But here's a really good view of Detroit Lake. It's pretty darn clear. It looks like it's quite deep too. And I just thought this was worth the stop on one of the many dams you're gonna see when you come to Oregon. All right, I'm gonna keep heading down the road. Also, when you're cruising down these back roads in Oregon, you're gonna see a ton of these little rest stops. This one's just a rustic little parking lot, but there's like a huge, well, not a huge lake, but it's like maybe a few acres worth of a lake. Like about a week ago, there was some people out here with their canoe, and they were just kind of cruising around. It's, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's very deep. It's like probably, looks like it's about 2 feet deep most areas through here. I'm not really sure what kind of fish this is, but he sure is a little quick one. But yeah, apparently there's small little fish so far that I've seen in here. This is just in the shallows here in this little lake. So you're going to see an abundance of fish like that. I don't see any monster fish floating around, but There are a lot of these little tiny ones. They're only about maybe 4 inches long or something like that. So pretty cool. Thought I'd throw that on the video. Now I am just north of Sisters, Oregon on Highway 20. Okay, this is a really scenic ride. You're gonna go, I don't know, I'm camped way north of there by like probably a half hour. But it snakes around, and way back in the day, there was a big fire apparently because I'm standing on a whole bunch of just busted, burnt up stuff. I'm just standing on the top of the road here. This kind of snakes around through the mountains. This goes up quite a ways. You got to go over this mountain just to get through the mountain pass. So I was going to head into Sisters and get a little gas and just check out the city, because when I drove through there, I just blasted through there, and it seemed like a really nice town. There's lots of places to like spend the night and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm going to roll into town, get a little gas, and I'll be back. All right, now I'm outside of Sisters Moto in Sisters, Oregon. This is a place to stop. Definitely this little town has all kinds of stuff. They got an Ace Hardware. There's all kinds of shopping opportunities. So definitely, if you're in Sisters, Oregon, stop on by and check it out. Here's this big rabbit. He's just eating up as much as he can. That's probably one of the darkest rabbits I've ever seen. Alright, so this is probably my last night here in this beautiful snow park. So whenever you're up in the northwest, kind of in the Washington, kind of Oregon area, they have plenty of these snow parks where people go skiing on flat surfaces, because a lot of this is kind of flat. Some of it goes up and down, but there's a lot of these snow parks that are just like totally empty. And what else is there? These snowmobile parks too. So if you have a big camper, you can just just type in snow park or snowmobile parking. And this is open for BLM or any of this kind of national forest kind of thing. So you can park here all summer. So I talked to one of the locals, and he said that they get around 3 or 4 feet of snow up here, like at a time. So that's way too much. But anyways, I was kind of checking out this kind of area. There's all kinds of like people that camp here. I don't know if they do like Boy Scout things, but they chopped up like a whole bunch of nice straight lumber. They got burn pits. It appears to be that some kind of tent over here. And also, there's like this huge tree. Like, one thing to take note of when you're parking your camper out in the middle of nowhere, you don't want to park next to a huge dead tree, because this tree was probably, I don't even know. I'm not going to count the rings, but I mean, this thing was probably almost 200 feet tall, because it went way out that way when it fell over, apparently. But it seems like it fell over on somebody's camp. Look, there's like shoes. There's all kinds of tarps and chairs somebody just left here. And some barely used real tree shoes. These. Oh, they screwed them down. Well, whatever. So they left their shoes here for some reason. Who knows? They must not need their shoes anymore, I guess. Who knows what's behind this grisly story out in the middle of nowhere. So anyways, yeah, just one thing as a reminder. Don't park next to a big dead tree, because shit like that does happen. And who knows if somebody lost their leg. Hopefully they didn't lose their life. But I mean, something like that come crashing down through a tarp tent or whatever that was, forget about it. Oh my gosh. I mean, if that landed across my camper, maybe you would be okay. But I mean, in a tent like that, forget about it. So anyways, yeah, I mean, just watch out on those windy days, I guess. But anyways, what else? Okay, yeah, I was just going to end up the video, and hopefully you enjoyed my little stops in Oregon. This is a really nice place outside of Sister. If you don't mind a few mosquitoes here and there, whenever you're out in the woods like this, there's going to be mosquitoes. One thing to deter the mosquitoes that I use usually is usually a fire. That's always, nice to have around. Provides light it's nice to look at. And also, I have this little bug zapper thing that I use. I use it like quite often, but it kind of glows. I don't know if you can see, it kind of has that black light kind of glow to it. And you know, this thing's great. It zaps all kinds of bugs. It has a light feature too. So you can turn the light on 3 different levels. But I really love the bug zapper feature because that really works. Especially when you're like trying to sleep. That is the worst. I don't know how people do it. Or unless you have like a ton of sticky traps. But that's always a mess when they fall on the ground and then you step on them at night or something like that. So anyways, all right, I'm going to get heading down the road. I hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, I'm going to start trying to get them out at least once every week or so. But lately, the past like 4 weeks, I've been out in the middle of like, there is like 0 cell phone signal. So if I want cell phone signal, I usually have to go to like the highest mountaintop anywhere. Just go to like as high as you can go. Usually you get like maybe 2 or 3 bars if you're lucky. So anyways, I haven't had enough time to actually upload enough videos lately, but I do have plenty of stuff coming up. So, okay, hope you had a great 4th of July. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys keep having a great day. Keep it on 2 wheels.